going to work. Okay, so the first lesson of the day is, if you really want to be the kind of person that you want the other person to be for you, the first thing is this: let's start practicing what I call as responsibility. Everyone write down, start practicing responsibility. Now, most people don't understand the meaning of responsibility. There are two words here: blame versus responsibility. I'm not talking about blame, I'm talking about responsibility. Now, for the first time today, you're going to understand the meaning of responsibility in a relationship perspective. Very critical. Everyone write down this formula for me quickly. CC, okay, okay, wait, I'll show you on the screen. I'll show you on the screen so you don't make any mistake in the formula. So I'm showing you the formula right now. WH plus CC equals WRH. Write this down, everyone. This is plus. WH plus CC equals WRH. Okay, now let's write down the full form. What happened plus CC, which is constant complaint, equals what really happened. Over here in bracket, write down story, and then I'll explain that. Story. So what happened plus constant complaint, which is a story, equals what really happened. Okay. In our mind, whenever something happens which makes us upset, we always take what happened, we add a story to it, we add a complaint to it, and this complaint we make it constant. Constant means it's going on and on and on and on. When you take this what happened and you add it with a constant complaint, a story, in your mind, it equals that's what really happened. Let me give you an example. Okay, a person comes to you, he's your husband, comes home, he's very upset. He comes home and you ask him, what happened? Why are you upset? And you're like, अरे यार office में बहुत problem हो गई. हाँ, but what happened? So he's saying problem हो गई, you're asking what happened? What are you really interested in knowing? Everyone tell me, what are you interested in knowing? The story. Yes or no? The story. So now the person says, the boss shouted at me. You're like, huh, so? What do you want to know, everyone? What do you want to know? You want to know the story. Yes or no? What you do is, you take the what happened and you make some added masala to it. You add a lot of story to it. And in your brain, that's what really happened. This, in our landmark forum language, we call it as racket. Everyone write down racket. Okay? Racket means what? A consistent complaint that you have in the relationship based on your story. For an example, in childhood, I and my father, I was doing a business. I started the first business of my life and I asked my father to give me money. He did not give me the money. So can anybody tell me here what happened? Can anybody tell me here what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I wanted money from my father did not give me the money. That is what happened. Is everyone clear about what happened? Yes or no? In my mind, that's not what really happened. I added some story to it. I added some complaint to it. In my mind, what happened was, I wanted money for my business. I asked money to my father. My father did not give me that money. And the story is, my father doesn't love me. He doesn't care for me because in his life he has never done business, so he doesn't want me to do business as well. Now, that is whose story, everyone? My father's story or my story? Everyone, that's whose story? That's my story. And if you go, like if I go to my father and I say, you did not give me the money because you don't love me, will he agree with that? Hello, will he agree with that? Yes or no? No, he'll never agree because that's not what really happened in his head. In his head, what happened was he didn't give you the money. That's it. Yes or no? But the problem is, for me, what really happened is he didn't love me. He doesn't care for me. Now, this became my story. This became my consistent complaint. And as a result, in my mind, what really happened was not this part. What really happened was this part. This became real for me. What really happened. And now what happens is, I live my entire life with a racket. I live my entire life with a racket with my father. If you continue living your relationships with only rackets, rackets, and rackets, which is what? Consistent complaints and stories, consistent complaints and stories, you will never be able to have a beautiful relationship with your partner. So there are two major lessons that you're going to learn today. The first is, let's learn to what I call as dropping your rackets by taking responsibility for your story. How do you take responsibility for your story? You go back to that story in your mind and you ask yourself again, what really happened? And then your mind will start with a story saying, you know what really happened? I asked him for money and he didn't give me the money, and because he doesn't really love me. Stop there. What happened has to be the reality, what somebody can observe. Is everyone clear about this? Here is another example. There was this one lady once, she came to me and she said, there was this one person who physically abused me in the office. And for 10 years, she was in depression. Question. So what really happened was, the person who abused her in the office 10 years ago spoiled 10 years of her life. How many of you agree? No. No. He did not spoil 10 years of her life. Everybody repeat to me what really happened. Come on. I'm not going to unmute you. Just tell me what really happened. 10 years ago, one person physically abused her. That's what happened. How many of you are clear about that? That's what happened. Because of that, I am humiliated. Because of that, I have lost my self-respect. Because of that, now I can never trust men in my life again. All of this is what? Option number 1, what happened? Or option number 2, story? Show me, everyone. Now that's my story in my life. Yes or no? Now what do I live the rest of my life, 10 years of my life? With what happened or story? Story. Now because I live with my story all my life, I'm only living my life in stories rather than living my life in reality. What happened was only that. So when this lady came to me for coaching, I showed her this formula and she said, so are you trying to say what he did was right? Now she has a complaint with me. Did I say that what he did was right? Hello? Who said that? Who said that? Her mind made that story up right now. Yes or no? Please write this down, everyone. We are constantly making stories. We are constantly making stories. We are creating realities and stories which are not working for us. And these are all consistent complaints. Something happens and we create a complaint. Something happens, we create a story. Something happens, we create a story. We are constantly used to creating thoughts and stories in our head all the time. How many of you agree? When I learned about this for the first time, the next 3 days of my life were like meditation. You're going to go through the same experience right now. The next 3 days of your life is going to be like meditation, and I'll tell you why. Once you learn something, it's difficult to unlearn it. What's going to happen for the next 3 days is this. Every time you now make a story, your mind will say, oh, story. Yes or no? Now, when you have a story, please tell me, who is responsible for the story? I am responsible for the story, or that person is responsible for the story? Everyone tell me quickly. I am responsible for the story. This lady who came to me, when she took responsibility for her part of the story, believe me, after 10 years of her life, she let go of the racket, she dropped it. How? By taking responsibility for the story, not what happened. She's like, oh, so am I supposed to take responsibility for attracting this kind of person in my life? I said, no. I'm just saying take responsibility for the part of the story that you created. Because he did not abuse you for 10 years, did he? Hello? In fact, I made her realize, I said, he abused you once on a day. You abused yourself how many times? 365 into 10 years. This person did not abuse you for 10 years. You abused you for 10 years. How many of you agree? The moment she realized, she just sat down. She could clearly see her story for the first time in her life, because for the first time somebody was showing her she was not suffering for 10 years because of that guy. She was suffering because of whom? Everyone. Because of herself. So everyone take your right hand like this and say, drop the story. Quickly, come on, say, drop the story. Do you know you can actually drop the story that fast? You can simply say, okay, I drop the story towards my husband. I drop the story towards my father. I drop the story towards my uncle. I drop the story towards my best friend. I drop the story towards my mother. I drop the story towards my life partner. I drop the story which I made for my children. Because the more stories you collect here, You've got a lot of negative energy here. How many of you agree all stories are consistent complaints? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying right now. Is this positive energy or is this negative energy in your head all the time? All this is negative energy. What are you going to attract in your life because of all these rackets? Do as many affirmations as you want in your life. Okay? If all these stories are living here, they're always going to create a problem in your attraction. Yes or no? So what do you need to do, everyone? Take this racket and do what with the racket? You remember what's a racket? Like you play badminton racket. You take this racket and what do? Drop it. Drop the racket. Everyone write this down. Drop the racket by taking responsibility of your story. Drop the racket by taking responsibility of your story. Stop living in your story. Stop living in your story. The more you live in your story, you're away from reality of what actually happened, not what really happened. What really happened is in your head. What actually happened is in reality 10 years ago. So now question is here. How many people here really want to improve your relationships? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but now. Raise your hands. Are you ready to practice? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Let's do one thing. I want you to write down what are your stories, your consistent complaints towards your mother. Now, go. Come on. What are your complaints that you have towards your mother? And also write down for your father. What are your complaints towards your mother or your father? Quickly, go. Either mother or father or both. Write down quickly. What are your consistent complaints towards your mother and your father? Go. My example is many years ago when I did this experiment for the first time, this exercise for the first time, I said my consistent complaint, my story towards my father is he doesn't care for me. My complaint towards my father is that he's not a responsible person. My complaint, my consistent complaint, my story towards my father is he doesn't care for my family. Those were my complaints, those were my stories towards my father. Towards my mother, my consistent complaint was that she did not give me the upbringing required to become rich. She over-pampered me. She over-pampered me. Yeah, my mom worries too much. What are your consistent complaints towards your mother or your father? So if you've written it for your mother and your father, now let's write down myself. What's your biggest story towards yourself? What are some of your biggest consistent complaints with yourself, your rackets with yourself that you've been playing with yourself for a long time? I am not good looking. I am not good enough. I am not, I'm not good at communication. I am too shy. I am this. I am that. I'm not good at making money. What are your consistent complaints about yourself? I am so emotional. Okay. I am not confident. What are your consistent complaints towards yourself? What are your consistent complaints towards yourself? That's a good one. I procrastinate. I'm lazy. Think of all the criticism that you have for yourself. Those are your consistent complaints towards yourself. Okay. Have you got at least one consistent complaint against yourself? Give me your hands like this, everyone. Have you got at least one story that you've been living for yourself in your mind? Yes or no? And I'll tell you why it's a story. It's very simple. How many of you agree that you are lazy? Raise your hands. How many of you agree you're lazy? It's not true. I'll tell you why. Many, many years ago, for the first time, you did something and you did something late. First time. And somebody told you you are lazy. They added a story to your delay. What really happened was you got half an hour late, nothing else. But they said you are lazy. And then the second time somebody said that, and the third time somebody said that, you bought that story and you made other people's complaint your complaint towards you. And you said, I'm not good at maths. You said, I'm not good at action taking. I am lazy. And the more you believed in the story that I'm lazy, you started hating yourself for that part of you. How many of you agree with me? You start hating yourself for that part of you. The more you are angry with yourself, the more you are upset with yourself, can you really attract love? Hello? Absolutely not. It's not possible. You got to write down what your stories are against yourself. And then here is what you do. Please write down, everyone. I take responsibility for all my stories. I take responsibility for all my stories, which means what? Now you take responsibility and you realize that The way you feel about yourself has nothing to do with you delaying things. It is just that you're adding unnecessary meaning, unnecessary story. Today morning, if you started something half an hour late, that's all that happened. You started half an hour late. Okay? Get as close to reality as possible. Reality will never hurt you. Stories will hurt you a lot. Consistent complaints will hurt you a lot. What really happened? Morning you woke up and you woke up late. That's what happened. You did a webinar and some people joined, some people did not join. That's what happened. You did a business, some people joined, some people did not join. That's what happened. How many of you agree with me? That's what happened. Yes or no? Now, after you completed your business and you said, I invested my whole day, only one person bought my product, and because of that, my whole day is wasted. There is no point doing business. Maybe I should go back to doing a job. Tell me, am I living in what happened or am I living in story? Hello, option number 1 or 2. If you can learn the art and the magic of living in reality rather than living in stories, you will fall in love with yourself. You will fall in love with yourself. Like, I'll tell you about me. The reality about me, how many of you agree that I'm successful because I'm hardworking? Raise your hands. No, not really. People who know me, that's not true. Okay. I'm honestly speaking, I love spending a lot of time with myself. I watch at least 5 to 7 hours of movies every day, even now. So, does that mean that I'm not successful? No, I am successful. But I've broken all the rules of success because for me, what happened is what happened. I love watching movies. That means I'm a useless guy and I'll never succeed in life. That's a story after that. Are you getting what I'm saying, everyone? That's a story after that. Don't get into creating unnecessary complaints and stories using what happened as an excuse. So, how many people ready to drop your stories towards your mother? Raise your hands. How many people ready to drop your stories towards your father? Raise your hands. And how many people ready to drop stories against yourself? Okay, so let's do it right now. Everyone, right hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Come on, quickly. Right hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And you know what we are going to do? Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to keep my video off. Right hand on your heart, everyone. You're going to hear some background music. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath and relax. Now all of you repeat with me. I'm sorry, Mom, for having all these complaints with you. Please forgive me, Mama. What happened was, you did your best. What happened was, you did what was in your capacity. I was the one who added all those stories, created all those complaints. I'm sorry, Mom. Please forgive me. I'm sorry for judging you, criticizing you, and hurting you. Say it loudly, Niyat. Thank you, Mom, for doing what you did. I know it was necessary. I have never told you, but I want to tell you now. I was responsible for that story. Today, I give up all my rackets against you. I give up all my complaints against you. I give up all my stories. I love you, Mom. Imagine if you really said this to your mom, how would she feel? Keep your eyes closed, right hand on your heart, and repeat with me one more time. I'm sorry, Mom. Please forgive me. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Now think of your father and say, I'm sorry, Papa. I'm sorry I judged you, made all those stories about you. hurt you, troubled you, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I know I never asked for it. You still forgive me, I know that. But I want to ask for it now. Please forgive me, Papa. I take responsibility for all my stories. I give up all my stories today. Thank you, Papa, for doing your best. I love you. And repeat with me one last time. I let go of all my rackets against you, Papa. Say it loudly. I let go of all my complaints against you. What happened was, you did what you could. You were not born with a manual. I was not born with a manual. You did your best. I let go of all my rackets against you. Now finally, take your own name and repeat with me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Mitesh. I'm sorry for all these stories I made up about you. Please forgive me. I now decide to drop all my complaints against myself. Now say it loudly. What complaints are you dropping against yourself? I'm not going to be angry with myself for being lazy anymore. I'm not going to be irritated with myself for not having good communication skills anymore. What rackets are you dropping against yourself? Say it with me one more time, Raja. Close your eyes, right hand on your heart. I drop all my complaints against myself. I am the only one who has had the biggest complaints towards myself. People in my life, they've always loved me. I'm the one who judged myself so much. Today, I drop all my rackets. I accept myself the way I am. I love myself the way I am. Thank you. Use your own name and say thank you. Thank you, Mitesh. And take your own name and say I love you. I love you the way you are. I promise you, I will always accept you and love you the way you are forever and ever and ever. With your right hand on your heart, take a deep breath, relax. Give yourself a hug, everyone. Give yourself a warm hug. Not a time pass hug, give a warm hug across your shoulders. Say, I love you. I accept you. It's all right. You did your best. I'm with you now. Now slowly open your eyes, everyone. And as you open your eyes, just rub your hands together. Put it all over your face. Now all of you quickly write this note in your notepad. I promise to love myself more than anybody else can. I promise to accept myself more than anybody else can. I promise to love myself more than anybody else can. I promise to accept myself more than anybody else can. more than my friends, more than my parents, more than my life partner, more than anybody in the world. Quickly write down one or two words in the chat window. How are you feeling right now? After you've given up your complaints towards your mother, towards your father, and most important, towards yourself. Okay, look at the words that are coming up in the chat window. Freedom, great, fresh, relaxed, amazing, peaceful, calm, emotional. Yeah, that's good. How many of you realized you had a lot of complaints against yourself? Are you willing to drop those complaints today? Yes? Here is one more statement. Please write this down. I will be my biggest fan from today. I will be my biggest fan from today. How many of you are ready for that? All right? So, everyone, give yourself an autograph quickly. Give yourself an autograph. Come on. Write something nice for yourself. Give yourself an autograph. I'm really my biggest fan. I love myself. I accept myself. So, Chetan, are you willing to work with me here quickly for that point that you just said in the chat? If you are, just unmute yourself. I am giving you permission now. Okay.
Sir, it has been written by Akanksha.
Acha, it's been written. Akansha, are you willing to work with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So here we go. I'm gonna put you on spotlight with me, and so you're saying, can you repeat that? Yes. Yes, Akansha.
Yes.
Can you repeat what you said in the chat window?
Yes. I can't drop anything about my mother.
All right. So keep your right hand on your heart. All of you, how many people here who feel I can't drop that complaint? I can't, like maybe against yourself, maybe against your mother or your father. Raise your hands if you have any one such complaint. Work with me, everyone here. Work with me while I'm working with Akansha. So right hand on your heart and repeat this with me, Akansha. I don't want to.
I don't want to.
That's my honesty.
That's my honesty.
I will not lie to myself
I will not lie to myself
that I can't.
that I can't.
The truth is,
The truth is,
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Now, the moment you said that, you got a little more emotional. Because now you're taking responsibility by saying, I don't want to, rather than lying to yourself and saying, I can't. Okay? So, all of you write this down. No more telling yourself you can't. It always has to be the truth. I don't want to. There's nothing called I can't. It's all I don't want to.
I don't want.
First, can you be truthful about that? Can you be honest about that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, here's the question. What is the benefit that you experience of not dropping that complaint?
Actually, I have made some rules with my mother. Whenever we meet, I follow that rules, and that situation goes peacefully. If I become, let me explain it to you. अगर मैं अपने हिसाब से नहीं चलती हूँ और मैं जैसे होना चाहिए वैसे चलती हूँ कि नहीं मैं कुछ रूल्स वूल्स नहीं बनाऊंगी और जैसे माँ के साथ रहते वैसे रहूंगी तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट क्रिएट हो जाता है और मैं वो रूल्स बना के चलती हूँ तो कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं होता है.
So you're able to safeguard yourself.
Yes.
Correct. I got that. Now my question is, what is the benefit that you experience of having that complaint? It is good that you created a beautiful rule because of which you don't get engaged into a conflict with her, which is good. My question is the complaint that you're not dropping.
I don't get emotionally hurt.
Okay. So what makes you, why are you emotionally hurt about your mother? What did she do?
She's angry all the time with me.
So that made you hurt?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's her nature. She don't like me.
She didn't like you. She told you she doesn't like you.
Many times.
She told you many times that she doesn't like you.
Yes.
And you trust her.
As a child, I trust her.
as a child. But you're grown up now. Question is, do you really see what happened? What happened here is that your mom is always angry. What
She's angry, she's abusive, she's that type of person, she don't love anyone.
okay, so she doesn't love anyone. She's angry all the time. So why does that have to trouble you? There are many people in the world who are angry. There are many people in the world who don't love anybody. You're not angry with them.
But I have this kind of expectation from my mother that I need a
Ah,
mother.
You better meet it.
uh-huh.
Whenever I meet her, I feel that for some time, at least for some time,
Love me the way
please
I want you.
behave. Yes, love me
Behave
like a
like my
mother.
mother.
At least 1% or 2%.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Yeah. And what
But
has that
that's
expectation given you? What has that complaint given you? By the way, write this down. I need my
pain.
mother to behave like my mother. This complaint has given you what in the last so many years?
Pain.
And what benefit have you got out of it? Out of taking
Nothing.
this benefit?
Nothing. No benefit.
Has she given you a little bit of that 5%, 10%, 20%?
Never.
Never. So you've been living with that consistent complaint, and what you're
Yes.
getting out of it is no benefit.
No benefit.
You're getting too much pain. So right hand on your heart quickly and repeat with me. I love this consistent complaint
I've loved this consistent complaint
that my mother doesn't behave like my mother.
that my mother doesn't behave like my mother.
I love this complaint
I love this complaint
because of the pain it gives me,
because of the pain it gives me,
and it has zero benefit.
and it has zero benefit.
But I still want to be with this complaint.
And I still want to be with this complaint. No, I don't want to be with this complaint. I know I can't change her. I know I can't change my situation.
You don't have to change the situation. You don't have to change her. You just have to take your hands like this. What? You need to drop what? You need to drop what?
Story.
I'll tell you my story, my true story. My father, at the age of, when I think I was about 16, stopped working in his life completely. My mother was the one who brought me up. She worked in a mithai shop. Have you seen a mithai shop? कितनी मिठाई होती है एक दुकान में? वो सारी मिठाई मेरी मम्मी अकेली बनाती थी, आज भी बनाती है. Even today, my mom makes more than 50 kilos of मिठाई alone. भट्टी पे. भट्टी देखिए कभी, इतनी बड़ी भट्टी होती है. उसके ऊपर कढ़ाई
Yes.
का साइज इतना बड़ा होता है that even I can't pick up that कढ़ाई. Even today, my mom picks up that कढ़ाई herself. My dad stopped working when I was 16 or 17 for whatever reason, and I hated him for that because I had this consistent complaint कि 1% तो मेरे पापा के जैसे बन के दिखा दो. A father is supposed to be responsible. A father is supposed to take care of his children. A father is supposed to take care of his wife, right? Who said that?
Unwritten rule.
It's my consistent complaint against my father many years ago.
Yes.
And what did I get by keeping this story against my father?
Nothing.
And how much pain did I get? I'll tell you what pain. I became the worst person in my life. I'll tell you why. I'm about to cover our next topic today. It's called as reflection. Reflection. Reflection समझते हो? आईना. आप आईने में देखो कि क्या दिखेगा?
का रिफ्लेक्शन.
मैं अपने पापा से नफरत करते करते इतना उस कंसिस्टेंट कंप्लेन में घुस गया कि मैं वैसा बनता गया.
I have this
Period of
constant
time
fear
that
in
you
myself
become like
that
her.
yeah, constant.
Yeah.
मतलब मैं
The
हर
more you
चीज अपने
the more
लाइफ
you
में
live with that story, you will become like her eventually. The only way
इनफैक्ट मैं
to
राघव
not
पे चिल्लाती कभी हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि यार मैं मेरी मम्मी जैसी तो नहीं हो रही हूँ. फिर मैं सॉरी फील करती हूँ, मैं गिल्टी फील करती हूँ, मैं उसको प्यार से बात करती हूँ और बहुत सारी चीजें जो वो नहीं करती थी वो सब मैं करती हूँ कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं कभी वैसी नहीं हो जाऊँ.
So Akansha, when I realized with my father कि मैं ऐसा ना बन जाऊँ, I realized the reason was not that I hated him. The reason was I hated a part of me. मैंने शुरू में क्या बोला? Relationship is an opportunity to own the parts that you've disowned in you. Correct? I dropped that racket against my father and I said, I'll tell you my racket against my father. My father is supposed to take responsibility for the house. Drop. My father is supposed to be loving towards me. Drop. My father is supposed to care for me. Drop. नाउ सम पीपल वुड से फिर रिलेशनशिप होके क्या फायदा? तो मैंने कब बोला रिलेशनशिप में नुकसान और फायदा होता है? ये तो एक और स्टोरी बना ली किसी ने अपने दिमाग में कि फिर रिलेशनशिप होके क्या फायदा? द मोमेंट आई ड्रॉप्ड माई स्टोरी, पता क्या हुआ? माई फादर डिडंट चेंज, बट आई स्टार्टेड लविंग एंड एक्सेप्टिंग माई फादर द वे माई फादर इज, बिकॉज अब मेरा उनकी तरफ कोई कंप्लेन था ही नहीं. तो अब मेरे लिए बहुत सिंपल बात हुई मेरे पास्ट में. वॉट हैपेंड वॉज वेरी सिंपल. आई वॉज एट द एज ऑफ 16. माई फादर कुड नॉट वर्क, सो ही गेव अप हिज वर्क फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन ही हैड. माई मदर ब्रॉट मी अप बिकॉज ऑफ विच आई एम हु आई एम. ये कंडीशंस की वजह से मैं ऐसा बना. आई थिंक आई टर्न आउट टू बी प्रीटी गुड.
Really good.
But I became whom I became because this kind of a father and because this kind of a mother. Should I love them for it or should I hate them for it?
Should love.
That's what I do. I have zero complaints against my father. I'm proud about my father. मैंने जब अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बोला कि मेरे पापा ने 16 की एज में काम करना बंद कर दिया, आपने मेरे आवाज़ में कोई गुस्सा सुना? कोई हर्ट सुना? है ही नहीं. और ना कोई शर्म सुनी होगी, क्योंकि मुझे कोई शर्म नहीं. 200 लोग यहाँ पे वेबिनार पे हैं, मुझे 200 लोगों के सामने बताने में कोई शर्म नहीं कि पापा ने 16 साल की उम्र में काम करना बंद कर दिया था. उनकी किस्मत, उनका चॉइस. मैं कौन होता हूँ उनको जज करने वाला? Who am I to judge his choices in life? And why am I so jealous? अगर उनको लाइफ में जल्दी रिटायरमेंट मिल गया और उनको अगर इतनी सारी अच्छी चीज़ें मिल रही थी अर्ली लाइफ में, तो उसमें मैं क्यों जेलस हो रहा हूँ? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Your mother, she's a free soul. जंगली समझते हो? जंगली. You're, you are domesticated and your mother is wild.
Yeah. I agree to it.
I always tell Indu, I was jungly when I met you, you domesticated me as a husband. I'm a well-trained husband, I always say. But the reason you people are angry with people like your mother or people like my father is because you believe that if you became domesticated, how the hell can they be so free and jungly? How can they have the freedom to behave like that? They're not supposed to.
I feel the same many times.
I know, because I felt it too. I had the same complaints as you. But what really happened is this: your mom takes the freedom to behave the way she wants to behave, then you add a masala to it. You add a story to it. Mothers are not supposed to behave like that. Or mothers are supposed to behave in this way. Or by doing this, my mother is hurting me. That's your story. What really happened is your mother is choosing to live the way she wants to live. That has nothing to do with you. Correct? So when I asked you, you did not answer my question. दुनिया में बहुत सारे लोग होंगे आपकी मम्मी की तरह. उनसे तो गुस्सा नहीं होते आप?
नहीं.
क्यों?
वो मेरी लाइफ में नहीं है ना.
उनसे आपका कोई कंसिस्टेंट कंप्लेन भी नहीं है. Try to drop this consistent complaint right now and see what happens. Here is what I want you to do. Take your right hand like this. Drop that complaint. My mother should be this way.
My mother
Right hand on, yeah. Now right hand on your heart. Close your eyes. All of you, right hand on your heart. Close your eyes quickly. And think of that relationship. And for 1 minute, just for 1 minute, ask yourself this question loudly with me. Who would I be? Repeat this with me loudly.
Who would I be?
How would I feel
How would I feel
if I didn't have this complaint right now?
if I didn't have this complaint right now?
Now answer the question in your head. Imagine it. How would you feel right now if you didn't have this complaint? How would you believe you would live your life right now if you didn't have this consistent complaint, this silly, stupid thought, this story? Okay, open your eyes and tell me how you're feeling. For 1
Happy.
minute, you live.
Happy.
Happy. But I never asked you to be happy.
Talking to my mother daily.
But I never asked you to be happy. You just naturally became happy because that was effortless. And the reason that was effortless, because for 1 minute you consider, सिर्फ consider किया आपने कि बिना ये thought के अगर 1 मिनट जीऊंगी तो कैसे जीऊंगी. Now close your eyes again, right hand on your heart. Everyone do this again. Close your eyes, right hand on your heart. And some of you, you are just watching the exercise like you're watching a movie. Do it with me. This is an exercise. Come on. Right hand on your heart. Close your eyes, everyone. Come on, Hardika. And now imagine that you've dropped this story against that person. Now imagine how would you live the next 1 year? How would your life be? Just consider that imagination. How would your life be for the next 5 years? How would your life be till the next 10 years? And now imagine this person whom you had this story against is dying. How would you live next to this person when the person is dying? Look into the eyes of the person as the person is dying. How would you feel about your mother as she's dying if you lived without this complaint and your mother continues to be free till the time she's dead? Okay. Awesome. Open your eyes, everyone. Tell me, Akansha, who would you be with your mother if you did not have this complaint with her? Even as a consideration, even as an imagination, who would you be?
I'll be very caring daughter. I'll be next to her every time.
But she won't be the kind of mother you want you to be. She will still be free. Remember, she's jungly. She's a dinosaur. She's going to continue being a free bird. But
I'll
if
try.
you did not have this complaint, and the day she's passing away, how would you feel about her that day? How would you say bye to her? Would there be regret?
We often have this kind of conversation. Like मैं मर जाऊंगी तो तुम बताना.
There you go. There you go. So now, if you were choosing to live like this for 2 minutes in your head, can you do it in your real life as well?
Yeah, I'll try.
So there is no try.
I'll do it.
A lady is either pregnant or not pregnant. There is nothing called trying pregnant and not trying pregnant, right?
Correct.
You're either a mother or not a mother. You're either a daughter or not a daughter. Simple.
So you are saying I have to be a daughter. Whatever the behavior she is continuing, she may continue.
You have to be Akansha.
Yeah.
She can be who she wants to be. You've locked yourself in this image called daughter. You've locked her in this image called mother. You want you to be like a daughter. You want her to be like a mother. And now both of you are caged in your mind. And Akansha can't behave anything other than a daughter right now. The reason is because she's locked into this image called daughter. And you've also locked your mother in that image called mother. Repeat with me. My mother is a human being with her own freedom.
My mother is a human being with her freedom.
I am a human being with my own freedom.
I'm a human being with my own freedom.
She can react the way she wants to.
She can react the way she wants to.
I can do what I want to do.
I can do what I want. Okay, now I understood.
Understand? It's a matter of freedom.
Matter.
Clear? And this is just the first step. In the next 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, your relationship will completely transform with your mother. But before it transforms your mother, the biggest complaint that you need to drop is against who?
Myself.
You've partly been angry with yourself also that you can't handle your mother, haven't you been?
Yeah.
And that you can't tolerate her. You've been angry with yourself also for that, haven't you? Can you drop that complaint?
Yeah.
Sure?
Dropping that complaint.
That's good. Now you did it on your own. That's good. All of you unmute yourself, give her a high five, and say, congratulations, Akansha, for freedom. Because now you're truly.
Congratulations, Akansha, for your freedom.
Akansha, for your freedom.
Congratulations, Akansha.
Okay. So that was Akansha. How many people here are willing to do this? How many people here are willing to completely let go of your rackets for yourself, for your parents? Raise your hands right now. Are you sure? Can I give you an assignment? Okay, here is your assignment. I need you to take a break right now for 5 minutes. Okay? Connect with your mother or your father. Call them up. Let them be them, you be you. You thought this exercise was going to be easy? You thought I was going to give you a lot of knowledge, make you feel good and say, okay, bye-bye, high five, you're a rock star. No, this is not that kind of a workshop. This is a relationship workshop. It's about relating. It's about making you do exercises right here. How many of you are ready for that right now? Come on. Okay, so only and only if you're on a mobile, then you're allowed to quit. Otherwise, if you're on a laptop, just remain in the meeting room and you don't have a choice. People who accept me as your coach, raise your hands. I'm not giving you a choice. Okay? Call up your mother, call up your father, drop the racket now. And doesn't mean that you have to call up and say, Mom, I dropped my rackets against you. I'm sorry. She'll say, what are you talking about? What racket? Like, she's like, I was doing something. Stop disturbing me. Then you'll have another racket. Okay? You'll be like, अरे यार मैंने इतना प्यार से racket drop करने के लिए phone किया, मम्मी ने मेरा racket भी नहीं drop करने दिया मेरे को. Okay, one more racket, huh? Okay, so listen. I don't want you to tell her about racket or anything like that. Don't make her brain fuse. Just call her. Just call him, mother and father both if possible. Now, if some of you, your mom and dad are not alive, they are alive, go to their photographs. Talk to them for 5 minutes. And let them be the way they want to be. Is everyone clear about this? And here is what's going to happen. Call them up and say, Mummy, क्या कर रहे हो? Papa, क्या कर रहे हो? They'll say, कुछ नहीं, क्या हुआ? First thing they'll ask you is, क्या हुआ? Like, कुछ नहीं, ऐसे ही phone किया. Now they'll have a little doubt. कुछ तो चाहिए इसको. हाँ, क्यों phone किया इसने? Okay? And just keep talking. They will start giving you advice. Yes or no? Here is what you do. You let them be your parents and let them give you advice. And here is what you do. You say, okay, mama, okay, papa. That's it. You don't argue. You don't complain. You just let them be your parents. How many of you are ready for that? And listen to me carefully. If you don't do this exercise, here is the problem. Take your hands like this and pull it apart. If you're not connecting to your parents, it's like the electricity socket is not connected to the source. You've disconnected with your parents' energy, and as a result, what has happened is your energy is always missing. There's something about you always missing. You'll always feel incomplete in your life. How many of you really want to feel complete? The only way is connect back to your energy. Come on, show me your hands like this, everyone. Connect back to your source. Connect back to your energy. You can't do this conceptually. You have to call them up. How many of you are ready? Okay, now listen.
Yes.
You're not supposed to feel good about this. You're just supposed to do this exercise.
Mitesh,
Yes, Indu.
there are a couple of people saying that they don't have any complaints with their
Yeah, so
parents.
that's all right. Just call them up. Although, Indu, you would probably confront and say,
I
well,
know. That's the reason I'm
yeah,
saying it.
go for it. Go for it, Indu.
Go ahead.
No, it's your point. Please go. Go.
I feel that everybody has some or other complaint, if not anything else. Like I have a very simple complaint. My father always used to say, 7 बजे से पहले घर आ जाना, लड़की हो तुम, बाहर नहीं जा सकते. So that's a complaint. My brother got all freedom, but for me it was like 7 बजे से पहले तुम घर आ जाओ. अगर 7 बजे के बाद में 5 मिनट भी हुआ तो मेरी क्लास लग जाती थी. I have that complaint with my father. I share a brilliant bond, but I definitely have that complaint with my father that he didn't allow me to roam around beyond 7
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
Never
Perfect.
took me to the Shera party.
Yes. So thank you for sharing that, Indu. What I want you all to do now is go. 5 minutes, everyone. Go. Talk to your parents. Even if you don't have complaints, go talk to your parents. Let them be your parents. It's 4:26. I will start the workshop at again 4:31. Go, everyone. Keep the meeting alive. Let's go. Talk to your parents.